Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me in studio today. Lovely day again. A little bit overcast today for us, but it's a lovely day. My name is Toni and this is the How to Craft Network. I do hope you're all well. You know, it's a hive of activity here at Stamps by Me, as always. So I'm excited to just stand here for half an hour or so and just breathe. Now, I'm going to get the comments sorted on here. I can't see anything at the moment. Nathan's going to get that sorted for me in a second. But if you are watching on YouTube, you can click that subscribe button at any point, okay? So if you are not a subscriber, we do encourage you to subscribe to the channel. This gives you all the notifications when we are live. And if you click that little bell, you get that half an hour notice as well. So it's lovely to see you. Oh my gosh, how many? So Shirley, hi Charlotte, hi Marilyn, hi Sandra, hi Paul, Nola, Julie. It's lovely to see you all. Is anybody sat in the garden or is everybody crafting? Look at my lovely samples. Aren't they nice? Is everybody crafting? What's everybody doing today? Let me know. Hi Michaela, hi Phil, hi Jan, hi Bernadette. Hi Amanda, it just keeps popping up. Hi sweetheart, I hope you're all well. I really, really do. It's a good day to be crafty. Now, I am live now. Carl is live as well on a Facebook Live for Imala next door, okay? Don't worry though, don't stress. You can catch them at any point. They stay on our social media platforms. So maybe after this one, you might want to hop on and go and see what Carl is up to. She's demonstrating something with the £5 Imala stamp. Yes, we clashed. It seems I'm clashing with everybody, but as you all know, it's the school holidays and 1 o'clock just suits better for family reasons. So it's going to be 1 o'clock from here on in until further notice. So 1 o'clock, don't forget that. And then on Friday, we have a launch in the How to Craft Network. Something small, but something really creative. So that's Friday at 1 o'clock in the How to Craft Network. Also, everybody's chilling, crafting maybe later. Not doing much, it's too hot. Is it still really hot? I mean, we are in air-conditioned offices, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Don't, that's why I'm pale. I don't really go out. I have got my decal on my arm still hasn't washed off. I did give it a good scrub, but it's still there. So today I had a lovely email from a lady who's brand new to craft, and she has bought a lot of our patterned papers, and she wanted to know how we'd done some of the samples on our gallery. So I said to the lady that I would do a demo today. So I hope that lady's on. I think the lady's name, I think the lady was called Lynn. I know there is a Lynn on, but I'm not sure if that's a Lynn. But if you are watching, Lynn, and if you are watching later, this demo is for you, sweetheart. So I have cut from my pattern papers, one of the sort of floral elements from the pattern papers, and it's this one here. And I wanted to make an arty card. Now, I've done this several times before, but if you are brand new to the channel, I'm going to show you how we create something that looks quite cool, if I'm completely honest. But again, it's encouragement to play with your watercolours or your sprays. So normally I would do it with my ink pads, but today I'm going to have to try and do it with some sprays. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I am going to give it a go though, and just see where it takes me. Yesterday's was quite fun. Even though my son was at the side of me, it was fun. So he didn't want to come today, thank God. Give me a break. Did you see that piece of tissue he passed me to mop up that big puddle of ink? I couldn't have even blown my nose on it. Everybody's messaged me about it. Bless Tom. Bless Tom. My gosh, I will like that with ink. Ooh. So, pretty hot in Peterborough, Michaela says, I bet you're in your beautiful garden, Michaela, with your beautiful mirror. I've seen it. So let's be creative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some watercolour card because I just feel like it gives me a better result for the watercolour background that I'm going to try and create. You can do it with normal cardstock. You don't have to have the things that I have, so don't switch off if you don't have them. Some of the products I'm using are available on our website too, but improvise with what you might have at home. If you've got sprays from another brand, just as good, use those as well. So let's get some colour onto the back side of here. So I have like a purple. What I've done is I've tried to pick some colours that are going to tie in with my image. So you can see from the image, we've got some blue tones and some green tones. I've also got some pinks and things like that. Now, I'm not bothered about the white spaces here because I'm going to tie that in. Okay, so let's get some colour onto this background. So I have my spray station. So let's just grab the spray station and just pop it on here so you can see what's going on. And I'm just going to spray a little bit of colour and then I'm going to manipulate it with my brush. So our new brushes are available soon too, which is super exciting. So we've got some really long, flat ones. And we've got some really detailed brushes, and we've got some traditional watercolour shapes as well. So, and pretty inexpensive as well. So for those of you that like to paint along with us, if you're not having success with the brushes you've got at home, then maybe it's somewhere where you might want to try. So let's get some colour down. So I'm going to go a bit of green. So I'm just going to take it here. So this is my watercolour card here. So I'm just going to get some green down here. Not much. And I think I might bob a little bit of pink in there too, because of the reddy colour. Because that is what is on the actual cardstock itself. 30 degrees here, Janet. My gosh. Oof. You won't want to be crafting in your craft shed, Michaela, in this heat. I hope you've got some fans on. So as you can see, we've got this beautiful colour going on here. So I'm just going to grab a brush very, very quickly. And I'm just going to pop it in some water here. So the way that I do it is, so for the lovely lady that was asking, is I always take the design, we see here, and I overlay it on top of. Now you're probably thinking, well, it doesn't match at all. We will make it match though. This is how it works. So I have popped that lovely red and that green on there. So I'm just going to manipulate it a little bit. So I'm just going to add some water. Now you have to be very careful when you lose like a pink and a green, because you will get a bit of a brown. So try not to move it around too much. So how am I going to do my design? I might do it from the top down. Let's have a look. Top down. No, shall we do top down? We do it like that today? Let's do it like this today, just to be different. Okay, so I need to either get some pink or some purple on this design here, because we've got some purple in those branches. So I'm just going to add a little bit of purple. Oh, not too much though, be careful guys. There we go. And whilst I'll just set that aside, and whilst I've got this here, what I'm going to do is, oh, people are playing with their IZINK today. I'm just going to take some of this purple here, and I'm going to fill in these spaces, just random. You see those white spaces between? Just going to fill in those spaces there. And then I'm going to take some of the green too. So this green, I need to tie it into this green. So I'm just going to take some of our green and go over the green. So this is just going to tie the design together. So it'll mix in with our background. And then what we need to do is we need to pick it up, and we need to get rid of the white line around our image. And that's going to hide the fact that it is a piece of paper. And then hopefully at the end we'll have a nice piece of artwork. So there's a sort of cheat or a key to getting this right, and that's getting rid of that white line around the side, okay? See here, so I've got rid of that white line. So what I'm also going to do is, whilst I've got the ink on my station here, I'm going to pick up some of that pink purple, and I'm just going to add some splat to the card. And we'll take some of that green too. So what is like a lovely sterile image, or was, is now looking quite abstract, quite amazing. Don't waste any of your ink. And if you find you've been a little heavy-handed with the colour, don't worry, we can bring it back with some white splats. Okay? Don't be scared of splats, they don't bite. There we go. So let's just clean our station a little bit. So I'm just going to take some tissue and just remove a bit of colour off my watercolour background, because it's a bit bright. So where I've got that little run, I'm just going to push it back a little bit. We see that there? I'm just trying to be a little bit softer with my tissue. And this also creates a little bit of texture as well for our background. I'm just pushing that colour back a little bit because it's a bit bright for me. But, you know, you at home, there we go. You see, we've just got that beautiful, pretty corner now. So let's tidy this up. And let's dry our background. Now, it's always a cool idea to add splats, but I'll do those at the end. So I'm just going to take my gun here, dry this one off. Everybody's got the fans on. Yeah, it's super warm, isn't it, guys? So I'm happy with that one. So then we're going to take our lovely design. Let's just blast this one off a little bit because this one's a little bit damp. So you can already see it's going to look fabulous on this backing. So if you are using the same IZINKs as me, I have the Seth Apter, I've got the violet, and I have the Vervian, which is a green colour. And I also use the red, which is the... I can't see a name on this one. Framboise, which is that like a reddy burgundy colour. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go like... So I think I'm going to go... I don't know. Any idea? I think we'll go top, let's go top to bottom because then it'll encroach into this white here. So let's just take some glue. And we'll stick this one absolutely flat. So when I put the glue on here, you need to make sure the glue goes right to the very end and you've got no lifted elements. Because what we're trying to create is the appearance of a painted image. Okay, so we can't see any paper edges, any lifting, any lumps and bumps we need to eradicate, so. And then I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to push that glue to the edge so I don't get any sort of lifted parts, which is going to give it away that it actually was, as it started out, a piece of paper. I want it completely flat, like so. And this is going to be coming down here. Go there, and then I'll trim the edges off, so then we need to give it a good push down. Enid's in her pyjamas today to stay cool. So make sure you've got all of those edges flat. And if you haven't, just lift it up and pop a bit of glue behind and then you're literally good to go. So what we need to do now is, I'll just give that a second to adhere. We need to see how we've got this sort of harsh purple here. We need to sort of still tie it in together. So I'm just going to take some of that red onto my mat. I'm going to take my brush. See, this is a super cool technique. If you've got papers, fussy cut out the sort of the image side of things. So I'll just pop this light red on top here, and then you can really create pieces of artwork and really go to town and just thoroughly enjoy. And papers get lost a little bit, don't they? We don't know what to do with them at times. So instead of using our stamps, you can actually be more creative. Now what I need to do is I need to sort of bring it all together. So I'm just going to use some of the red. I'm just going to go round the design a little bit, and this is going to cast a little bit of a shadow, so this is going to make it look even more realistic. You can see that there, so it's going to like sort of take your eye off. Is it paper? What is it? How have you done that? Move it around a little bit. And just take some of the red as well and just pop it under here. So just tying it all together, make sure your artwork's completely flat. You see there, it's starting to look like it's a piece of artwork and I've painted it, when really it's out of my book. Nobody will ever know. We don't have to tell anybody. Like so. He's super, super creative. I'm just tying it all together so I've got no harsh lines. So just add in that clean water, take it up. You see there? Like so. So what I'm going to do now with the red, just swap it down, and I'm going to tie it all together now. So this is connecting our masterpiece, our paper, but no one needs to know it's paper, with our background. And if you want to check out the other designs, what I've used paper with to get the sort of art finish, they're all on our gallery. And there's lots of step-by-steps on there that have been typed up by Karen too. So if you're wanting a little bit of, you know, a helping hand because you've lost your bit of your mojo or you've lost some of your creativity, there's lots to go at on there. Have a look. Because I think sometimes a picture and a couple of step-by-steps is what some people need to just pick up that brush or get back in to their craft. So I'm just going to dry this one off first. And then I'm going to add a bit more shadow. Oh, Joanne's asked, the 3 metallic IZINK sprays are back in the middle of next week, Joanne. We've ordered more, they'll be here in 3 days. So, middle of next week, we'll get them loaded back on. So what I'm going to do is I feel like this bit here is getting a little bit lost, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the green. Just bring it back a little bit, hopefully. Make it stand proud. Take my brush onto the design as well. It's looking better already, maybe a bit darker. And then anywhere else where I feel we could just do with a little bit more detail, shadows. See now, so I've sort of enhanced this area because it was getting lost. I just need to go around here a little bit, enhance that a little bit. You'll have seen from my personal page, I've been trying to play with colour and, you know, not be over precious about it. So if you're thinking you want to try that, obviously a lot of you follow me on my own personal page anyway, but I am sort of trying to get a lot of work on there to encourage others to pick up that brush as well, because it's really tough, guys. It really is. But I'm not scared to try. I promise you, I'm not scared to try. And then I'm just going to take this green and I'm going to add the green as well. And then I'm going to add some white. So already, I mean, I haven't trimmed it down or anything yet, and already I'm starting to get something that's looking pretty awesome. I'm just going to take my white paint here. Now, if you've got your confetti inks or your gouache, whatever you've got in your stash, to just bring that design back to the foreground. I'm just going to dilute this down a little bit. We'll add some white splats. So the white is where it pulls your image back to the foreground. So I pushed it back a little bit to connect it with my background, but these will pretty much disappear to nothing, these white splats. So have the courage to get those splats on there, because they will, I promise you, disappear. Get them in and around. And then we'll dry this one. So when I dry it, they'll practically be gone, trust me. Oh, I've got white ink all over my card now. Oh well. Oh well, I'm being arty. Is that what you call it? Well, let's just dry this one off. And you just watch those white splats practically disappear now. Let that to dry a little bit, and then now this would look, in fact I will do it, this is going to look awesome with some gold on as well. I'm just going to get my white gel pen and I'm just going to bring back some of the detail in the leaves. So I'll show you here. I've just added the detail back in on the leaf, any areas where I want a little bit of a highlight on there. Just pull it back. If you've lost any of the detail, I'll just pull it back. And again, the white gel pen practically disappears to nothing as well, so just have a go with it. And then let me just grab my gold. So here's my gold, which metallic, which is in next week. Give it a good old shake. And I'm not going to spray it because I think it'd be too heavy, but I am going to unscrew the cap. And I am just going to splat onto here. So what this is going to do is it's going to give us, when we twist it in the light, we're going to get that lovely gold. Come through. Not too much, but enough to get that shine on there. And dry this one. If you've got a big blob, I've got a big blob there, so I'm going to have to just sort that out. But if you have got a big blob, you know, you just take your tissue and take it off. Kayla says this looks stunning. It always looks better on camera. Just get rid of any heavy spots because they'll be there trying to dry them all day. There we go. So when you're doing your background, it's always key to leave some white spaces, like round the bottom or the corner or off to one side. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and we'll just trim off the edges of our sort of fussy cut paper here. So I've cut that edge off. We'll just trim this off up here. So then we should end up with something that looks like it's part, I think. See that there? So I'm still convinced you can see under here it probably needs gluing a little bit more. But I'm okay with that. So let's get this onto our card. So I'm going to use tape runner and glue. Just because it's a bit lumpy bumpy. Shirley's saying it looks gorgeous. Are you sort of seeing what I'm seeing? I mean, I love this sort of thing anyway, don't I? So let's get some glue on here too. This is Simon's glue, don't tell him. Pinching everybody's stuff. It's fine. I've been having a big clear out today, so it's fine. And then we'll just get this onto our card, which I'll turn over because it's full of white splats on the back. And we'll adhere this to our card. So as soon as you pop that puncher black around, look what happens. You've got a lovely piece of artwork on there. So just turn that over and give that a good old push down. Everybody's saying it's stunning. You guys need to have a play today. It's like, I've done no prep. I just cut the image out before. So see where it takes you. Get some ink on some cardstock and just really have fun. That's what it's about. And then I have stamped, growth is growth, no matter how small. We see that here? And I just matte and laid it onto some gold, so it tied in with the gold that splat and then onto some black. However, I'm a little bit conscious that that is a bit stark for my background, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the green, and I mean a little bit. I'm just going to take some of the green and I'm just going to get a little bit of colour on there, just a little bit. Maybe blend it out a little bit, just to stop it from being bright white. So I've got hardly no colour on there. Maybe pop a bit of darker green over one corner. Just to tie it together. Just have fun. I mean, you would do this before you matte and layer it, but it's what it is. There, and then I've got some pads on the back here. This is just going to tie it all together. And any area that you're thinking I'm not quite sure about, and it's definitely this area here I'm not quite sure about, is where I'm going to stick my sentiment. Because I'm not sure about the solid purple. So there, I'm going to stick my lovely sentiment in the centre there. And I'm going to absolutely leave it at that. So that green on that sentiment's still running because it's still wet, but I will still pop it down. And I'll step out of the way so we can get a picture. Fabulous. Give it a go, guys. I will be sat in the evening. Wednesdays seems to be the evening where I get to sit and catch up with all of social media. So if you have a play today, post it on the Eureka fan page. I promise I'll comment if you see something. Okay. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Wow, looks amazing. Wow, beautiful colours. Wow, beautiful. Thanks, everyone. That's super kind. So I'm back with you on Friday, How to Craft Network, 1 o'clock with a little launch. It's a little launch. And then we have got some creating craft shows next week, me, Carly and Helen. So it'll be lovely if you could join us, and I will see you all later. Stay safe, stay cozy. As always, don't forget your sun cream, keep your fans on, look after your pets and your family, and I will see you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye.